I wanted to talk to you today about reasons why salespeople tend to miss their quota, reasons why they're struggling, particularly in the new business development standpoint, and why they struggle ultimately to bring new clients and new logos into their businesses. These are reasons that I see quite commonly in my consulting practice, but as well I see them in my training practice. Now, these aren't the only reasons that salespeople struggle. There are plenty of other reasons that are worth considering. And if you're a salesperson watching this and struggling in certain areas, these three areas may apply to you, they may not. But there are ones, again, that I see fairly frequently. Number one is the decision to pursue a one-size-fits-all prospecting approach. A lot of times in sales, we tend to lean towards things that have worked for us in the past, things that seem to at least anecdotally drive more activity and more behaviors from the clients that we ultimately want to see. And we tend to get focused on just a few aspects of prospecting. So through whatever reason, whether they're being advised to do this or whether anecdotally, again, they felt like they need to do this, they're focused really on one aspect of prospecting or one method of prospecting, I think, to the expense of other methods. Number two is their desire or inability to really continue to invest in themselves from a development and a learning standpoint. So they've given up on the idea of continual learning. They've decided for whatever reason they've got enough experience or they've developed enough skills or they've learned enough selling techniques that there's no reason to continue to invest in learning anymore. Number three is a negative attitude. As we know, negative attitude leads to driving negative behaviors. And when you approach the selling game with a negative attitude and of course resulting in negative behaviors, that's going to hamper you each and every time. As we know, sales a lot of times can be a numbers and math game. It can be very engaging one day and it can be very challenging the next. So we have to make sure that we show up every day ready to play with the right attitude, driving again the right behaviors. And if you have a negative attitude, you're almost never going to be able to succeed in selling and in driving business back to your company. So again, be concerned if your attitude is negative. So let's recap the three. The three, again, are a one-size-fits-all prospecting approach, usually isn't as effective as a multi-channel prospecting approach. Number two is, of course, the lack of focus on personal development and through personal education in upping your selling skills and upping your selling game. If you're not doing that on a regular basis, you're going to get beat by somebody that is. And number three is that negative attitude that's driving those negative behaviors. Come to the sales game, get ready to play, have a positive attitude, and know that you're going to make an impact every day so that, again, you're not caught up in this cycle of negativity. The good thing about these three attitudes and behaviors are there are things you can adjust, things you can change, things you can focus on to be better. And all of these can be easily addressed with just some turning of the dials and some focus and acknowledging that you may be struggling. If you want to talk about any of these in more detail, feel free to leave a comment below or direct message me. And in the meantime, good selling.